Have you ever heard the scripture, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind? That sounds so wonderful, but what happens when you really are in a fearful situation? There are so many situations in the Bible that we can pull from, but there's one particular powerful story about dealing with fear in the book of Esther. Esther was a Jewish woman who became the queen of Persia. She faced a terrifying situation when she had to approach King Xerxes to plead for the lives of her people. The law at the time stated that anyone who entered into the kingdom's presence without being summoned could be put to death unless the king extended his golden scepter. So Esther's cousin, who had raised her from the time she was a girl, urged her to act. Now I'm going to tell you that Esther was afraid. She knew the risk. She could lose her life if the king did not show her favor. As you read in the book of Esther, Esther overcame her fear in 4 very important ways that are still applicable for today's woman. First, she sought support through fasting and prayer. Esther asked Mordecai to gather all the Jews in Susa to fast and pray for 3 days. Esther took her attendance and also fasted, seeking God's strength and guidance before taking action. Number 2, Esther chose faith over fear. After fasting, she courageously decided, I will go to the king, even though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish. That's Esther 4:16. She surrendered her fears to God and stepped forward in obedience. Number 3, Esther used wisdom and strategy. Instead of acting impulsively, Esther approached the king with wisdom and patience by inviting him to banquets before making her request. That's in Esther 5:1-8. And number 4, Esther spoke boldly when the time was right. At the right moment, Esther revealed her Jewish identity and exposed Haman's evil plot to destroy her people in Esther 7:3-6. Her bravery led to the king reversing the decree, saving the Jewish people from destruction. Because Esther chose to practice faith over fear in these 4 important ways, she had the victory, and ultimately her calling was realized. God used Esther to rescue an entire nation. And what started as a moment of deep fear that could have gone very badly became a story of deliverance, courage, and divine intervention. You know what? We can learn some lessons from Esther. Number 1, courage is not the absence of fear, but acting in faith despite it. Number 2, seeking God through prayer and fasting strengthens us to overcome fear. 3, wisdom and patience are essential in facing difficult situations. And 4, God can use our obedience to accomplish His greater purpose. I'd love for you to learn more about us at the VIP Center for Businesswomen. I'm Angie Nuttall, and I'm the founder of this fantastic organization where we help women to build their faith and grow in business. And we equip them to do all of those things. If you enjoyed this devotion, would you be willing to subscribe to us? Thank you so much for listening to this devotion. Learn more about us at www.vipcenter.works.